How are you doing? How's Paul doing? Oh yeah, Paul at Pan C has got the 1 p.m. slot that day. Purple Runner gonna stay? Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm ready for Thanksgiving dinner myself. Maria, yes. Sightings was amazing, man. It was a great show. Okay, let's start watching it so I can get it knocked out. Here we go.
Tonight on Sightings, a family is terrorized by a deadly poltergeist.
I raised my arm up, and there was bites all over, and they were like biting through me.
And an expert investigation brings them face to face with a frightening entity.
He's here. I'm trying to convince him.
This is interesting because this is a ghost hunt from the 80s, before YouTube, you know? So I have not watched this, by the way, as well. Kenny Biddle, what's up, dude? What's up, Kenny? I got excited when I saw Kenny's name. Oh, dude, how's it going, bro? How's it going, buddy? Kenny Biddle, he's so awesome. Not great. Waiting for I'm searching for Paul's. Oh, really? I'm so sorry, Anne Marie. Wow. Okay, I'll shoot you a message. Okay, I'm really sorry to hear that. All right, this is gonna be interesting, though. This is gonna be very interesting. Curious to see what investigations were like in the 80s. You know.
Show itself.
Then a UFO encounter leaves the witnesses.
By the way, Kenny, do you remember the fucking thing from the 80s and 90s where they would take a photograph and there was words like written down on the photograph? Did you debunk that?
Guard for life.
It's a composite of many UFO cases all rolled into one with very horrifying results.
And evidence may reveal government involvement. And did an ancient curse turn this Hawaiian paradise into hell on earth?
The people that had stayed there saw dead bodies floating in the ocean. They had terrible, terrible odors in their rooms.
We were told, don't scare away the tourists.
At that point, it started to appear.
They had large, dark eyes, claw-like hands.
I began sensing and knowing and feeling.
Oh, I missed that fucking intro, dude. Polaroids, yeah. I can show you real quick. Is Kenny still here too? Where's it at? Let's see. It's this one right here. This is a different show, guys. I wanted to show real quick the Polaroid episode.
Welcome to Sightings. I'm Tim White. Tonight, a special extended report on the most important ghost investigation ever conducted on Sightings. For the first time ever, hard evidence has been found that could prove the existence of communication with spirits.
Ooh.
This historic case began with a call to our Sightings hotline. A viewer contacted us to say that he had captured ghostly communication on Polaroid instant film. These are the pictures that have astonished researchers and left photographic experts.
They've been faking so long, man. You know, even before way before YouTube, obviously, but so Kenny's saying that they use a dull tool to scratch out words in the front while the images was developing. Wow. Okay. Also a fingernail. Okay. Oh yeah. Unsolved mysteries, bro. Let's watch a little bit of this real quick.
Baffled. They contain messages and images that seem to indicate communication with spirits.
At first, the photographs frightened me.
You snap one of these things, and when you start asking questions, it starts answering. I don't know how to explain how bizarre that feels.
Never, ever have I come across anything like this at all before.
From their hillside home in
Real quick, hold on. Let me say that again.
Ever have I come across anything like this at all before.
Yeah, you could tell it's like chicken scratch writing as well, you know. Oh, that was a big one.
From their hillside home in Los Angeles, John Huckert and John Matkowski called us about their photographs. It all started less than a year ago when both men began to sense a strange presence.
And I'll be standing there reading something at the desk or something, and I'll feel a hand come up and place it on my shoulder.
Gaynor.
And of course, I turn around to see who it is, and there's nobody there. And then I get sort of a jolt of adrenaline or whatever. It makes me kind of nervous. Another thing I've seen in the last year is I've just seen this sort of free-floating shadow moving across the floor, or the desk, or the wall, or whatever. And when I see it, at first I think it's, well, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's moving very slow. And then when I try to mask out all the possibilities for what could be causing it, there's nothing causing it.
Oh,
the other thing that
really? The Entity case, really, man. Great movie, but I never found out if that was like legit, or she had some kind of mental thing going on. I'm going to assume it was a mental thing, but that movie, The Entity, was great.
Seen that apparently I'm the only one who's seen this is I've seen this old man.
Kenny, there's a case. There's a couple of cases I have been kind of keeping on the down low because I've been wanting to do a video on them long term, but didn't want to talk about them publicly yet. Man, I might get with you on one of these cases as well because it's pretty interesting. Anyway,
Standing over near the couch, I see him out of the corner of my eye, and it's just there for a hardly tangible instant. It's just there, and then when you look and blink, it's not there anymore.
I felt things like sort of like a sunburn on my arms. It's the only way I can explain it. It was sort of like a tingly, like a sunburn. That's the only thing I can think of, and that's how I usually know if there's some kind of presence here or something.
In an effort to document the shadowy presence, the two men started taking pictures, unsure if anything so intangible could be captured on film.
I took the picture of the bathroom door over by the bathroom.
Raven!
And got this really strange-looking thing that was either scary or comical.
Comical, yeah, for sure. Man, if these guys had a YouTube channel, could you imagine the stuff they'd be putting out?
The first images they captured had distinct eyes, mouth, and body. But then the pictures took an unexpected turn, and the results shocked everyone. They started receiving answers to specific questions.
We asked him what his name was, just assuming that it's a presence. And we asked him his name, and he answered on the Polaroid. He told us his name was Wright. And we were like, we still didn't believe it. So we just continued asking questions to the middle of the air in the living room, just to nothing. And we'd ask him if he was a good ghost or a bad ghost, just really inane questions to begin with. And he answered friend.
Who or what was causing this communication? When contacted, Polaroid was at a loss to explain the phenomenon. So far, more than 100...
Wow, so they even contacted Polaroid, and they're like, oh, I have no idea. Wow, that's crazy that it went that far up to the people that make the Polaroid camera. Fucking dumbass shit. Hey, King and Yellow's in the house. What's up, dude? How's it going, buddy? I'm my sister going through all the family photos in the early 90s looking for ones with ghosts in them. Yes, dude. Raven song, yay! Fake news. It's all fake news. All right, this is getting pretty interesting, actually.
Photos have been taken. Early writing was in English, but more recent writing has been in Latin.
We had asked him if he died in his house, and his answer was in Latin. He answered that, among other things, he did die in his house.
Once John Matkowski contacted us, we assembled...
Did die in his house.
That could have been on the fucking some kind of fucking mirror, right? I mean, I know it's not so dumb.
Once John Matkowski contacted us, we assembled...
Hold on. If they're using video cameras here, or these cameras, say that very well could be a mirror, couldn't it? It's interesting they claim that they contacted Polaroid, yet they do not show any formal letter of any record. That's a good point, man. Polaroid probably thought, like, yay, we're in the money. Yeah. Absolutely, man.
His house.
Once John Matkowski contacted us, we assembled a sightings investigative team to be led by Carrie Gaynor, noted UCLA parapsychologist, who has investigated more than 800 haunting cases.
Oh, another fucking specialist that knows jack shit. I love these guys, man. I've seen it so many times, man. When they go, I've never seen this in my life, or photography experts have never seen this in my life, but to anybody else, any kind of film expert could obviously spot it a mile away. Yeah, video cameras. Pedals, no problem. No problem, dear. Gaynor was not a Gaynor. He was not a parapsychologist.
20 years of field work. Carrie Gaynor's famous photographic work in the notorious Entity case uniquely qualified him for this assignment.
In my line of work, we spend a great deal of time waiting and watching and wondering and hoping. We don't experience phenomena very often. The people that live in the home are there all the time, and as a researcher, I just come in and leave. But when something happens, it's so exciting, it's so exhilarating. It's a moment of connectedness with something that's just mysterious, exciting, unknown.
Carrie Gaynor began his survey using a magnetometer to measure the physical environment.
The reason we're using a magnetometer is just to see if there are any changes in the environment, basically with the onset of the phenomena. So that's the intriguing thing, is to walk the house and get a reading on it. And then if something happens, to have the magnetometer out and see if there's any change in the reading during the phenomena itself.
Since the ghostwriting first appeared, several of John's friends have also been able to capture messages on film. We asked them to participate in our investigation. Researchers carefully documented every step of the process to minimize the possibility of a hoax.
Oh, you see that, Kenny? They documented. That was great. They're writing things down.
Carefully documented every step of the process to minimize the possibility of a hoax. 4 cameras were on site. Sealed film direct from Polaroid was checked, rechecked, and logged.
So that's interesting. How are they doing this exactly? If they're watching every step of the process, does that mean that they're in on it? Because I don't know much about this particular case at all. I'm just now seeing it for the first time. Well, I do remember seeing it back in the day when I was a kid, but I'm just curious, if they're watching every fucking step, how is this being done? Because the film is straight from Polaroid. Somebody's fucking with it, right? Somebody's got to be doing something before. Oh boy.
Of the process to minimize the possibility of a hoax. 4 cameras were on site. Sealed film direct from Polaroid was checked, rechecked, and logged. Marty Elkin was the first to get an answer.
Are most spirits good spirits or bad spirits?
30 seconds later, this astonishing message appeared.
There are numerous remedial lemurs.
Yeah, that's curious. Okay, so the film is supposedly sealed package from Polaroid. Huh. Oh, thanks, King Yell. I appreciate that, man. The fur babies are doing great. They're doing a little too good, to be honest with you. Ooh, Gouda. Gouda, good. On a positive note, it didn't have phone apps. Yeah, that's true. Oh, boy. Apparently, codex explanations weren't acceptable. Girly Trolley's in the house. I was hoping Kenny would answer that for me. That's just crazy. Oh, right. It's just funny because they're there logging the film. It's brand new, factory sealed, put it in the camera, and then boom, So somebody has to be in on it, or
do we have a Latin dictionary? Lemurs. In Roman mythology, the night-walking spirits of the dead.
Hello.
The nervous laughter masked the tension and excitement in the room. Since the supposed spirit seemed to want to communicate with Marty, she asked
awesome.
another question.
Right? Will you be with them for a long time?
And as the film developed, another answer appeared in Latin.
Marty, what are you thinking right now? How strange this is.
Translated, the message reads, "All this is over now." Edson Williams.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Okay, so the film is factory sealed. Somebody is doing something somewhere with this. I just wonder who it is. You know? Pretty cool. Burgers sound amazing. I'll do a breakfast burger. Breakfast burger? Let's see. You can, let me see. Here we go. Here he says. You can log each shoot, but we saw the person kind of toss it on the table. It was unattended for a minute. It could have been tampered. Right. So somewhere in the process, something is astray, right? The episode on this, on the fact they're faked paranormal files. They used something to write the messages on the film, then put it in the camera and took the pictures. Yeah, but if they're all watching them unwrap the film and put it directly in, you know, what if the film is already in there and they're acting like they're loading the film? There's some, we're not there. We don't have enough footage to see. As Kenny would say, we don't have enough information. But there's something they're doing here where they're able to get away with this.
A special effects expert from the Brooks Institute of Photography in Santa Barbara, California.
Yeah, you have experts there watching every step, but somebody, I kind of wonder if they're using preloaded film and they're acting like they're putting the film in. Who knows, man? Very interested, though, to see.
Was on site to examine the photographs immediately.
These were shots that were taken today. A few minutes ago, they were shot and came out of the Polaroid. I actually watched them eject out of the Polaroid. And now I'm in the process of evaluating, trying to decide if they're actually authentic or if they've been manipulated.
There was a moment there where I thought, oh my God, and I was in the Polaroid, which made it even spookier. I'm in the background of the Polaroid. So I have a picture of me with ghost writing across it. And I really it made me feel that there could be something in the house.
They should have run their own Polaroid camera as well, right? Wouldn't that be some kind of control? Like, let's not use your Polaroid camera. Let's use ours. You can't write on the image prior to putting the camera. Hold on, let me see what he says. 1 second. You can't write on the image prior to putting the pack into the camera unless you disassemble the pack in a dark bag. Oh, really? You can't write on the image prior. So that means it's being done afterwards. What the crap, man? Who's writing on, you know what I mean? Like, how are they doing this with all these people around? Thank you, Elaine. Oh, man.
Control photographs were taken with no results. And then...
Oh, look at that. Look at that. 2 control photos were taken with no results.
Many control photographs were taken with no results. And then, suddenly, another message.
Add literal.
Rick, what did you ask?
God damn it. I wish I was there. Because this, the control ones are, somebody is fucking with this shit behind their backs. They're going to the crapper. The film should have been collected as it spit out of the camera and taken to a secure room with one. Yeah, totally. There you go. Somebody that's being very well trusted is being myth for naughty pants. What the crap, man? I know. It's very interesting, man, because we want to find the chink in the chain,
What do you think of this in comparison to when he was alive? What do you think of the technology and what's going on?
No, it's not in the dictionary.
Ad literum. Okay, to the letter, exactly.
You have to establish a chain of evidence. You have to be able to observe the phenomena from the beginning to the end. So we have to load the film We have to show that it's a sealed pack. We have to show that it's our camera. We have to fire it. We have to control the film as it comes out. We have to establish a chain of evidence. And once we do that, I'll feel much more comfortable.
When we return, our night-long investigation continues with more startling images and eerie messages. Then, our photo expert analyzes the pictures and tries to duplicate them. And later, a paranormal...
I really miss these shows, man. These shows were so awesome back then. Shouldn't use their equipment. Agree, Elaine. Oh, I love blue cheese on wings, man. I love how we go in and out of like serious paranormal talk to the food. It's awesome. If the film is left out and unattended at any point, it can be tampered with. But like you said, though, it would have to be done in a dark room. Is that correct? Or maybe they switch. Ooh, well, see, they can switch it out, right, with the tampered film as well. What about a hand stamp that someone's sleight of hand is able to press into the undeveloped pic? I like it, misbehaving. Another vague answer. Yep. If I was a ghost, I would just write boo on it. There you go. He's been up all night, you know. A stamp would work, but it would have to be one that is easily customizable for different messages. Yeah, because a stamp, this doesn't look like, these are all like spaced out weird. It looks like chicken scratch handwriting, right? If possible, they could have the images already developed, switching them out like a card trick. Yeah, this is crazy. Maybe if we could find more footage, like raw footage on YouTube, and we could watch it and see for ourselves, you know, but who knows, man. I'm very curious, though. I'm really curious what the fuck is going on here. Like, there's a chink in the chain somewhere, man.
Paranormal investigator attempts psychic contact with the ghostwriter.
Ooh.
Hard evidence is the ultimate goal for every ghost investigator. And the instant photographs in this case might be just the kind of...
Is that a fucking face? Look at this. Oh, my God.
...proof investigators have been searching for since the earliest days of photography.
Look, I think, honestly, looking at this right quick, this has to be all pre-done, guys. This has to be on the film already, because there's no way somebody can just, behind somebody's back, scratch, you know, chicken scratch all this. This has to be in the film or in the camera somehow already. So when they take the picture, it automatically goes on there somehow. There's too many people around to be writing all this, you know?
Kind of proof investigators have been searching for since the earliest days of photography. Early camera technology was crude and hoaxes were commonplace. But with the publication of the famous Lincoln photograph, spirit photography began to be taken seriously. Significantly, virtually every example of ghosts on film has been exposed as fraudulent. Only now has Sightings been able to document what appears to be ghostly images on film in real time with witnesses present. Here you will see, without editing, the ghost writing phenomenon on film. First, a fresh, sealed package of factory direct film is...
I'm already questioning that, you know. He's opening that film with such confidence,
you will see,
know?
without editing, the ghost writing phenomenon on film. First...
So if it's fresh film, if it is fresh film from the box, just to say if it is, then that means it's either happening in the camera or after the picture's made, right?
A fresh, sealed package of factory direct film is loaded into John's camera. This camera has been examined by photographic experts who found no obvious evidence of tampering. In this continuous action sequence, John Huckert poses a specific...
Real quick, that's what I was thinking too. They're already pre-done with the film in the darkroom before putting it into the packet. Yeah. Or he's resealing. If they're there watching it though, or, you know. Well, in a minute, they're fixing to have an expert analyze the pictures, guys. We'll see what they think as far as their expert opinion. Here we go.
Question. A picture is taken, and an answer to the question appears on film while the Sightings cameras roll.
Is he here
Oh.
because you guys, or is he here?
See, there's so many people walking around, talking, blah, 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 looking at encyclopedias. This guy opening that package, it could have been a something he already packaged up himself, possibly too.
Because this home is.
Yeah, right. Are you here because of us, or are you here because of the house itself?
Start doing this, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold it up.
Hey, Doug, do you know where the pepper went? The little pepper?
45 seconds
It's this fucking dude right here, man. He's doing something. That film or that camera has to be tampered with.
later, writing appears on the photograph.
What's it say?
Genius loci. Oh, great.
See, that happened all right in front of their cameras.
Who asked the question?
John asked it, the other John took it.
The question for this picture was, are you here for John or the house? And the answer came out in Latin. We looked it up, and the answer is fairly intriguing. The exact translation is the guardian spirit of a man or place.
Without any obvious signs of tampering, the sightings team had to ask, could this actually be a guardian spirit communicating from the grave? Or a hoax not yet solved? The camera and the exposed film were immediately sent to the Brooks Institute of Photography. Edson Williams, who had been on site during...
So, dude, this is an actual place. Like, if anybody will know if this is fake, it should be these fucking guys, right? Hey, Mickey, have a great walk. Have a great, awesome day. Appreciate you very much. Your fucking comments, they were hilarious. I'm curious to see what this guy's expert analysis is.
in the investigation, developed one possible explanation.
I scanned in the Polaroid at a high resolution using a digital scanner. When I scanned it in, I zoomed in on the image and noticed there to be individual hair fragments in the text. I increased the contrast and sharpness and edge sharpness of the image, and the hairs became more apparent. It appears to me, under high magnification, that is some kind of fiber, more than likely cotton.
In his lab, Williams demonstrated for sightings how he believes the writing could have been created.
Come on, William, give us something here.
The initial step was to shoot pulled cotton with a 4x5 camera using E6 film. The next step was to pre-expose the Polaroid film. I removed the cover sheet of the...
Bye, Pinky. Have a great day. Appreciate you. Wisdom, that's true too, bro. Everybody has a price, right? You made it to my new short. Oh, awesome, dude. I'll check it out. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's about hot dogs. I just want to say thank you for all the live streams recently. Since I can't smoke, the depression has kicked in and days are a bit tough now. The community really lifts my spirits. Hey, awesome. You're welcome, first of all. And yeah, we have a big community now, so there's always somebody live, so that's why it's important to subscribe to everybody, so that way, if you're needing those live streams to hang out with your friends and stuff, you'll be notified. But no problem, Courtney, and just hang in there, okay? It's really hard stopping, but I tell you one thing: stopping the smoking, it's hard now, but it will get easier as you go. It's just harder that first couple of weeks, really, really hard. Miss Kelly, I agree. It really is. Got some hearts in the chat for Courtney. That's awesome. She's stopping smoking for little Roberto. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what he says.
Polaroid pack and inserted the transparency with the text on it. Using a flash pack, I exposed the Polaroid with the text. I removed the transparency, reinserted the cover sheet, and loaded the film normally.
Although Williams did create writing similar to that of the alleged ghostwriter, his elaborate process took over an hour to complete. It would be difficult to recreate the same process in the house with observers.
It looks like cotton, but then again.
Experts at the Polaroid Corporation in Waltham, Massachusetts, were at a loss to explain the ghostwriting phenomenon. I spoke with photo expert Howard Warzel.
We have never encountered it, and we've been selling film for now 15.
That process he did, it took him an hour. Would that have to be done for each individual picture? If Kenny's still here? Like what he just did just then. I want to watch this again right here. So I don't know how Polaroids works, so I'm really confused.
I removed the cover sheet of the Polaroid pack and inserted the transparency with the text on it.
Using a flash pack, I exposed the Polaroid with the text. I removed the transparency, I reinserted the cover sheet, and loaded the film normally.
Although Williams did create
Damn it, man, this is bugging me. That doesn't seem like something that would not be like. I think he's onto something here, but I wonder if you can do this without having to reload it and all that crap, you know? Claire, how's it going? Okay, let's see what Mr. Biddle says. That process is cool, but was way too obvious and too long to be practical in a situation where there's, yeah, right, we're right. You would think as smart as this guy is, he would figure out what the fuck he's doing, you know? Like a practical way.
similar.
Kenny, I was going to ask you real quick, Kenny. Is there a way that you could do this right here and just preload all the messages to where when the film comes up for a picture, it automatically applies? Or does it have to be like per picture?
Cover sheet and load the film normally.
Although Williams did create writing similar to that of the alleged ghostwriter, his elaborate process took over an hour to complete. It would be difficult to recreate the same process in the house with observers.
It looks like cotton, but then again,
experts at the Polaroid Corporation.
The film has to be fucked with. It has to be this film has to be pre-done on at least one of the cameras, right? If the film is all pre-done, whatever picture they put out, it's going to say on the film. And like Friday said, it's all very general words, like a Spirit app would say. So that way, no matter what you ask it, it's going to apply to that situation, right? It has to be pre-done.
In Waltham, Massachusetts, were at a loss to explain the ghostwriting phenomenon. I spoke with photo expert Howard Warzel.
We have never encountered it, and we've been selling film for now 50 years to billions of customers, especially film that was even higher sensitivity.
Yep, let's get Kenny on. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me get Mr. Biddle up here. Let's see. Get my link real quick. My linky poo. And we'll get Kenny Biddle, by the way, guys, if you don't know, is an expert in photography. He knows what he's talking about. So copy. I'm gonna hit you up on Facebook, my friend. Carry the one. Kenny. There he is. And release. There we go. Cool, man. This will be interesting. Kenny wants 5 minutes. He wants his 5 minutes, doesn't he? Thank you, Crow, for the timing of this live is perfect. Oh, awesome, Grilly Pearly. Ooh, that was fast.
Well, I am quick.
That's what I heard.
You know, in and out.
What's up, man?
How you doing, buddy?
First of all, I'll ask you, have you ever seen anything similar to this outside of this case?
So, yeah, years ago, Joe Nickel, who was my predecessor here, he did this. He was able to replicate some of this stuff. And it wasn't by that long process. And I get it at the time. So one of the things we have to keep in mind with these older shows is that stuff like this was a new phenomenon.
Right.
It was very new. And like most tricks, they are developed as somebody tries to do it. And it's not something that's common knowledge. So when it comes to consulting experts, especially when you go to like Polaroid itself, the company itself, they're probably not going to know what's going on because they haven't tried to do that.
Right.
You know, their purpose is to put out film that develops within like 45 seconds or so and is true life color and all this stuff, you know, sharp detail as much as possible. That's their goal. Their goal is not to have mysterious writing appear on each image, especially in Latin or something like that. So
right.
We got to keep that in mind. So with these things, the cameras that they were using is like this. I have several of these. The Spectra version, which is a wider format. This is your basic film cartridge, and then this is the that's the Spectra. So it's wider. It's a wider format. that they were using. But the basic model is the same. You usually have a cover sheet, which is that. Sometimes it's black, sometimes it's has the instructions on it. But when he put the film in for the test and you saw it ejected a card, that's the dark card. That comes out. That protects it, because otherwise, I'm going to try and show you here what it looks like. That's what it looks like when you take the cover off. Okay. That's your film. So this is all light sensitive. So the big problem I have with that experiment that he did was that he's exposing it through a prefabricated dark card and then putting it back in, but he's doing it out in the open with light. So the entire time that film would have been taking in light and exposing it. So you would have a double image, if anything, because there's a whole bunch of light coming in on it. And then he puts it back together and he takes a photo, and it turned out with splotches and stuff, which is what I would expect, because again, you're exposing film to light, and like this isn't supposed to happen. I couldn't put this back into the camera and expect to get a good photo, because it's already been exposed to all the lights that are in front of me. And it starts imprinting an image. But when an image comes out, so if we take one of these, hold on a second.
Slippery little sucker, huh?
Well, this cartridge is probably like 30 or 40 years old. It's been exposed well, but you take it out. Here's your basic Polaroid image before it's developed or anything like that. And this has not been developed. So there is a pack of chemicals down here. It's very thin, but when it comes out, when you hear that like classic and it comes out, it's pressing this between rollers, and it's spreading the developing chemicals up through the photo from the bottom. So as it's doing that, if you pick this up, and if I have, say, a bottle cap or a pen cap, just a regular pen cap with me, and I'm underneath like this, I can literally draw something. I could have this attached to my finger. I could draw something on the back, and it disturbs the chemicals that are trying to develop that image. And you'll have that writing.
It'd be hard though, wouldn't it? It'd be hard to actually make
it hard
words.
It would. Well, if you practice, it's pretty easy. And if you I would cut the tip off. You could have the tip off, or you can even use a pencil tip, and you just glue the tip to your finger, or you tape it to your finger. That way you can pick it up like this, and I can say, oh, look at this. And I'm looking at the photo, and it doesn't look like I'm doing anything other than looking at the photo, but I'm actually scratching something into it. And the scratching is what I want to bring up, because in that recreation that he did with the expert, and he did the high resolution scan, you could see all these lines going down from the image, from the writing. And to me, that says that's the point where he made contact with this, because it put a crease in the image itself.
So I was thinking it couldn't be on it, could it? Like, I was thinking if it was written on it, they'd be able to smudge it around and show that it's smudgeable. But you're saying this is actually.
I think whoever did it put creases in it as they were pressing, because you have to press a little bit. I mean, it's not too hard, because then it becomes obvious, but you want to put enough pressure so that it imprints and it spreads the chemicals out, so that the chemicals that are developing the image are not in that particular area. So that's why you get that bleaching effect. But because you're putting some pressure on it, and you usually don't have a good surface. I mean, you're usually using this and it's in your hand. You're holding it like this. So it's going to crease this plastic, because this is all plastic material here. So you crease it, and that creates creases down from where you actually wrote your message, and the chemicals will separate in that crease. And that's why, as soon as that image came up, I was like, oh shit, to me, that's evidence that there was pressure put on the image after it was developed. After it was being developed. Do you think lino stamp, which is thin? Yeah, you could probably do a good stamp and press in it. If you're holding it like this and you kind of like all you have to do is that onto a stamp, it would also put the creases in it. I mean, because even if you've ever held one of these, you can feel that it's crinkly. So if you push anything that has sharp edges or very not sharp as in like I'll cut you sharp, but sharp as in like defined, well-defined edges. If you press that into this, it's going to cause creases, and you're going to have the chemicals separate, go down the line, and it's going to mess up the photo. So I actually like how he did the high resolution image and enhanced it because that gave us a little bit more detail. But his practical recreation was not practical at all. I mean, you're talking about being in a house with maybe half dozen or dozen other people.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, everyone go to lunch.
Well, this part right here, though, this part right here kind of got me because I'll turn it down mostly, and I'll just play it. I'll just show you that, like, he rips up in the film here, in front of the Sightings film crew that was there, the TV show,
Right.
and he that little black square thing he got, puts it right into the camera,
and then he spits out the dark card. There it is.
Yep. So right there, is there anything you could have done right there that sleight of hand to insert something or change something out?
No, because once the pack is in the camera, I mean, once it's in here, you put the film pack inside here, you close it up, okay, and it spits out the dark card. But the film pack is in here now, and it doesn't have any protection from light. So if you try to take that back out, it's going to start exposing it to light, and that's what you don't want because now you'll have a much lighter image. It'll be a lot brighter because it's taking in all this image. Also, something, and this is just a side note, is when they were logging all the Polaroid pictures earlier in the show, when the team came out, they were logging them down and then putting them on the tabletop face up, which you shouldn't do either, because that, even though the chemicals are in there and developing the image, it's still exposed to light and it can still mess with it. That's why you're supposed to put it upside down, so that no more light gets into it, so it overexposes, because it's still going to capture some light as it's developing. And then you never shake, never shake,
never shake,
because that screws up the
this is so
chemical
interesting.
process.
Wow. Okay, but so right here, he puts that film in, right? I'll turn it off just a second.
In this continuous action sequence, John Huckert poses
continuous action, meaning no cuts, right?
A specific question. A picture is taken, and an answer to the question.
So at this point, real quick, to me, it has to be two things at this point. Either it's already in the camera, or after it's taken, he smoothly writes it down, but he must do it really smoothly because he's in front of these cameras, right?
Right.
So it makes me think that he has a rigged camera. Do you think of another way that he can rig it where this stuff is already inside the camera, or is that too much?
So the only thing I can think of is like no. I mean, you could put another dark card in there. So with the experiment from the expert, he actually makes his own dark card. So he takes this card that's on top and he cut out. I think he cut out wording on it or scratched it out, because I think that's the only way you could actually do it. And you would have to, you'd have to double expose it. So that's too involved. It's way too involved of a process, and you'd have to modify the camera. You'd have to take 2 pictures. So that wouldn't work. The best thing I can do is like, let's keep watching the clip.
Okay, cool.
I know the camera moves away from him.
Yes. Okay, so here we go.
Appears on film while the Sightings cameras roll.
Is he here because you guys, or is he here because this home is?
Yeah, right. Are you here because of us, or are you here because of the house itself?
Okay.
So it's put down. Keep going. Put down on the book.
Hey, Doug, do you know where the pepper went? The little pepper was?
45 seconds later, writing appears on the photograph.
Oh.
So, I mean, there is a transition there, but it's probably just for time because they don't want to have 45 seconds of just staring at this guy's hand.
Right, right. But it does look like he sets it down on that book, moves that little thing off of it or away from it, and then picks it right up.
and
Yeah.
has it. So this is actually a good mystery. I don't know. I don't
Look how
see
he's
anything
holding
on the surface of how he's doing it.
Isn't it crazy how you said about right on the back? He's
Yeah.
holding it a different way there. Watch this. But I don't think his thumb's moving.
But no, because the way he's holding it, it looks like, oh, yeah, his thumb is, you can see his thumb in the behind it. So I don't know how he did that. I honestly don't know.
That's fucking weird, man. But that's why, to me, it has to be he must have figured out some way of rigging this up.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of these tricks, a lot of this phenomenon, when we see it, especially like this, it's hard to realize like what's going on. Some of these pictures, like that one that just came up, and the one with the 2 video cameras, it really looks like he's shooting into a mirror.
Yes.
And I'm curious because it really looks, I don't know exactly what it is, but it does have that feel that it's in a mirror. So if that's the case, then it's literally just writing on the mirror, and capturing that. But when it comes to that, this photo that we just saw here, like, see the lines, some of the lines. Well, actually, yeah, when we keep going, all those lines, all those creases.
Are you talking about these right
Oh,
here?
wait, no, they're that's a tripod. Is that the tripod?
Here's a tripod here.
Yeah, maybe I was wrong about that then.
See how it has this little.
I mean, there's scratches. That's not just writing, that's scratching.
Huh.
So it could still be that.
What about this though?
This is ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I get it. I understand they're trying and he's trying to, but this is ridiculous.
But here's the thing. Like you said earlier, what if somehow, like that film he opened, what if that was pre-done filmed in a dark room with preloaded messages, and he somehow gets that by them by putting it into a package and switching the packages out? Could it be pre-done on a camera roll?
It could be. I mean, we only saw him open the wrapping, so like this comes in a box, so we didn't see him take it out of the box.
True.
And we don't know if this was actually sealed up. So he could have opened this and then glued it back together when he was done, and then opened the pack up. So that is a possibility. But yeah, this whole process is ridiculous. That's just so silly.
I mean, he got it done, but like it's just like a lot of times it's just, I've seen this in debunking before. They'll a good debunk, but if a good debunk is not good if it's not practical at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You have to be able to reproduce it and make it look similar. It doesn't have to be exact. You just have to show proof of concept. You have to show that it's doable. And in these, like, I think you brought it up, and other people in the comments, so many people are in this room. So many people are taking pictures like that. I don't know. This is so right here. This is interesting because I'm looking in the back here, looking in the almost not dead center, but a little left of center on the top. Yeah, right there, up top. Yeah, that light. That's a long exposure. That's a light trail.
Right.
So it's interesting because it does look like the flash went off, but it's also a long exposure, which
doesn't looks like a mirror, doesn't it? Right? I swear to God,
that looks like a mirror. Yeah.
What if he's taking these somehow on a mirror and then dude, seriously, I don't know shit about film, so looks very suspicious though.
We'd have to look and we might be able to do this, but look at the episode, look at the layout, like try to look for any scenes of the house that match like this right here, and see if are we looking into a mirror? Is everything backwards compared to other shots? And
Oh,
because I was looking for any kind of writing, any kind of like just simple writing in the background, or
right.
something that might show up
Oh,
backwards.
that is a good dude. That'd be amazing if that was the case. I mean,
Yeah.
for-
And I
we'll have
mean,
to
I
go.
don't. When it comes to Kerry Gaynor, I don't trust him at all. Not at all. I've seen what they were doing with the entity case. I know that they were with that case. I know that the film was deliberately manipulated, and
Okay.
I recreated those perfectly. So I know what they were doing with that camera. So that's why I don't trust him at all. Because he was trying to make, and it's amazing that all this writing looks the same.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think Friday House said it earlier. It's the same font. It's the same look every time, even when it's a different
Yeah.
language. Yeah, we can. Might go back later and just like sit there and like
Go through and see
obsess
where
over it. Yeah,
it would be interesting to be able to find out, like, oh, these are all backwards
yeah,
compared to the house.
that would be amazing. That'd be 100% debunk.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Like right there, like go back to where that guy's sitting there. So wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
Right here.
So right here, I'm curious because he's sitting. Here's all the windows on the left,
Mm-hmm.
out the back porch, and then there's looks like a crucifix there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on the wall at a doorway. So now a few scenes back, there was a Polaroid of this room,
Right.
the
Okay.
windows. Like we could go back and look and say, all right, like, does this match up?
Let's see. Well, that's the same thing again, real quick. This is another picture in that same. Oops, sorry, my bad. We go back 1 second. I want to get this real quick. Wrong one. Here we go. Okay, windows are on this side.
Okay,
Crucifix over here.
okay, so that looks right.
If we can see this room, this is another picture though. If we can find just the sightings, like the actual TV show footage, this would all be inverted, right?
Yeah, well, if you flipped it from editing, then the words would be flipped.
Yeah. Let's see if there's any like.
I wish I could have been there for this. I mean, there's some unknowns. I'd like to be able to see the guy do it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Like is he using? Does he have to use his own camera?
Exactly.
Like
there has to be raw footage of the whole thing out there on YouTube somewhere, like maybe different camera angles from people that were there.
Right. I mean, he's using a spectrum.
Did you hear them though? They said earlier they took controlled pictures and it had nothing on it.
Nothing on it. And that's probably, if that's the case, and if they're using control the way I think they are, then it was probably their own photo. Like this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, that's just so fucking stupid.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Come on. Like, this is classic.
How did they make this all this white? Who's got on? Did I just hear an AOL? You got mail?
You did. That's me.
Are you still using the free disc? Any of the free 30-day trial AOL
No,
disc?
I have that as my sound effect for it.
Oh, okay.
Nostalgia.
Oh my God. Kenny's still in dial up over there.
That's to me is ridiculous. But also, I'm so like the mirror look is still here.
Yeah.
Even though it does appear that everything's on the right side, so it's not flipped. But for this kind of picture, instead of a mirror, it could be a pane of glass. So we could have something. Let me see.
Ghost koala.
Looking around here to see if I have any. No, I don't. I don't think I do.
It's a ghost koala.
It's a ghost koala. But if I do something like this, hold on. So if you're looking at me through the camera and I do that, okay?
Right.
So now you can see something moving.
Yep.
But if I'm not moving at all, if I keep it perfectly still or try to, this looks like a normal camera angle.
Right.
So if I put something on this and start moving, ooh, look, orbs all over the place, and that's because this is in front of it. That's also something that can happen because we're dealing with an older camera. The resolution is nowhere near what it is, especially because it's Polaroid. Love Polaroids. I have dozens and dozens of Polaroid cameras, but they did not take great pictures. And when you're taking pictures like this inside, like that kind of looks to me like it might have some. Oh my God,
dude.
that looks like he took like wet paper, like wet tissue paper, and just threw it onto a piece of glass. And it's on, like it's in front of everything. So this is also a telltale sign to me. So if you look down to the bottom left corner, whatever that is, I don't know if that's a book. That's like right there. But you can see like right where your cursor is, right there. Yeah, that looks like it's part of the ghost, but it's still in front of that. That object is blurry, so that means it's very close to the camera. So because it's not in focus. I mean, everything is kind of blurry, to be honest, because again, it's a Polaroid. But that's even more blurry. So that means it's probably a few feet in front of the camera, which means that this gross wad of used toilet paper would be that distance away too. And it just doesn't look right. It looks flat.
I wonder what ever happened to this guy as well. Did he keep doing this? We got to do a deep dive later on, man, and find out. Like, I'm curious. Did he keep doing this till for the rest of his career? Like, was he ever caught?
I don't know. What's his name? Do we know what his name is?
He told us his name was Wright.
Oh, here we go.
At first,
John.
There we go. John Makowski. Wow. He got picked on growing up. Makowski. Ghost Polaroids.
I'm going to put debunked after his name to see also if that brings up anything.
Debunked. Let's see. Polaroid Ghostwriter. Oh, there's a WordPress thing here. Oh, here's somebody did something. Early 90s, first instance of anything paranormal happened when bathroom took Polaroids, switched to his relief, captured nothing. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. He went on to take hundreds of photos of the ghost named Wright. They continued to ask questions and continued to give them answers. Eventually, they both decided to contact the paranormal investigation team or TV show Sightings. Let's see. Take a look at this newsletter from the Georgia Skeptic where they discuss their simplified method for creating the Polaroid ghost photos. Oh, look at that.
You want to share a screen?
Yeah. This is old. Let me share screen, present, share screen, window, this one. There we go.
Alrighty then.
All right. So this is old. Let's see. Psychic
wow.
Healing. Yeah. Spirit Writing Photograph Exposed by Anson Kennedy.
Ooh.
Go down to that. Let me blow this up for you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Spirit Writing Photographs Exposed. Okay. Is this long? It's kind of long. Okay. So we'll go through it as fast as I can. Spirit pictures have been mainstay, blah, blah, blah. Perhaps the most well-known and most infamous case of paranormal photography involved creator Sherlock Holmes. Okay. Coddling fairies. We know that. The simple Polaroid camera. Due to popular belief that you can't fake a Polaroid, unusual Polaroid photographs automatically gain a greater level of credibility in the minds, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. As an example, the idea that Polaroids can't be faked was the cornerstone of a feature on Fox television program Sightings, which claimed that spirit writing mysteriously appeared in Polaroid photographs. For several years now, the story goes that two gentlemen lived in a house in California, been in contact with the ghost of the former resident. I wonder if they even verified that the former resident was named right.
Right.
So they ask a question and then snap a picture. The answer develops with the photo and appears in flaming letters superimposed on the picture. The program emphasized the notion that the spirit writing photographs could not have been faked. The Sightings episode highlights a number of misconceptions, which are discussed below. You can't fake a Polaroid. After all, the believers maintain Polaroid camera feeds the print out immediately. Yes, we know that. Reasoning is typical of proponents of paranormal. Come on, man. Get to the fucking excuse.
All good. Hey, real quick, I do want to thank Puerto Rican for becoming a member. Puerto Rican, you're awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. And welcome to the Psychros.
Nice. Let's see. Never mentioned was the other possibility that through deft sleight of hand, a gimmicked film pack might have been substituted for the pristine one.
Yes. Okay.
Another tactic frequently used is demonstrate one non-supernatural method to duplicate an effect, but in such a way to make it overly complicated. The reasoning usually states, all right, so yeah, this is usually a trope that I hear where the people will come up with very complicated ways of doing things, like we just watched, like the expert that did a very complicated 1 hour procedure, which is not practical.
Okay.
Oh, and then, yeah, they do that. Such is the case with the sightings report. There's a photographic expert. Yeah. Clearly a tedious process. So where's the straw man hiding in this tangled web? First, although no one on the program actually stated this outright, they clearly imply that this is the only way to fake Polaroid pictures, such as these. This impression is patently false, as will be demonstrated below. Get to it, man. Come on. Let's see. A ghostwriter revealed. Okay. Polaroid photograph, extremely similar to those shown on sightings, is in figure 1. I don't see figure 1, but however, this picture was taken by the author using decidedly non-supernatural means at Psychops Magic for the Skeptics seminar. So this is my people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If they say your name, we're going to fucking, that's going to be crazy, right?
This is long before me. As is usually the case with supernatural occurrences, there is a simple alternative explanation for the sightings. Spirit writing pictures. A very straightforward method duplicates the effect as well as the method demonstrated on the program. Measuring this process significantly differs from the method on sightings in its initial steps for creating the transparency used to first. Oh my God, I don't want background. How do you do it? Since the paint is intended, let's see. As in the sightings method, a transparency is used to transfer a ghost image on Polaroid film. Transferring is easy.
In conclusion,
yeah, the captions inclusion should be noted that there is mere duplication of effect is not. Yeah, all right. So I guess this is it. They hold the prints with a cardboard blank on the top to protect the print from being exposed before the cartridge is inserted into the camera. So I showed you that. That's the card, the dark card. The camera ejects the piece of cardboard automatically when the pack is inserted and the door is closed. Refer to figure 2 for examples, blah, blah, blah. The high-end Spectra camera, which is this, produces better quality and slightly larger picture than the one step, but the methods are the same for producing spirit pictures with either one. The idea that you can't fake a Polaroid stems from the fact that film also ejects automatically whenever the shutter is released, leaving no time to manipulate the picture. What is overlooked here is that the film may have been altered prior to snapping the picture. It turns out that this is remarkably easy to do. As in the sightings method, the transparency is used to transfer the ghost image onto the Polaroid film. However, the transparency may be made by simply cutting a piece of clear acetate. I think that's the cellophane stuff.
Right. Okay.
To the appropriate width, coating it with an opaque substance, and then scratching out the message using a knife. The coating used in all the pictures reproduced here was just a model airplane paint, spread evenly over with a roller, since the paint tended to beat up. I'd have to look up the pictures because I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about here. India ink is used alone is not opaque enough to block all light. Transferring the message onto the film could either be done in a dark room with a photographic changing bag. So that's what I was talking about. Photographic changing bag is a dark bag that blocks all light. And I've worked with them before. When you're loading film, when you take film out of a camera and you want to develop the film, you usually put the film cartridge in a bag, and it has little openings for your hands that seal around your arm, and then you actually load the film onto the developing canister so that it's protected from light, because if it gets exposed, then you're fucked. Different exposure times will produce different effects, from very faint, almost transparent writing to blazing messages which seem to have flames leaping off of them. Different color effects can also be used with colored filters. All right, so this is a very long, complicated. It sounds like they were just making like small transparencies. And maybe slipping it into the camera. To provide the illusion of using a fresh film pack, the film box should be carefully opened from the bottom to remove the pack. After creating messages on all 10 prints, or just a few distributed among the 10, the pack is replaced and the bottom is carefully glued shut. This will pass as at least a cursory examination, and since the container is usually discarded immediately after opening, this is sufficient for most cases.
Okay.
So, all right. So basically what I'm getting from that is that you can, and we did bring this up. So if you open this pack, we only saw him opening this silver pack. We didn't actually see him opening the box. So this could have been something they did. Again, I don't know for sure. Just we're speculating here. But this, even you might be able to open this on the seam here, along the seam, and take the film out. Put it into a dark bag or the whatever? Yeah, the bag they're talking about. I call it a dark bag. Put it in there, manipulate the images, because I've done that with Polaroids, where I had because modern cameras you can get film for, but sometimes this cartridge is different. The film itself is the same, but the cartridge is different. So I've used a dark bag in order to transfer good film out of one package into another, so I could use my Polaroid camera. So
interesting.
During this process, I could have inserted these sheets that were pre-made, and made these. This might be something I do. I might try this. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you do that, you put it back in the bag. You load this back up, and if you're gluing along the seams, that's not where anyone rips it. You actually have on here. It tells you where to rip it, right there.
Oh, right.
So you could do that. You can come up to the top and go and open it up, and it looks like you're opening up a new pack,
brand new one.
Yeah, and
that's the only way he could have done that in front of the sightings cameras.
Yes.
Like that's the only explanation, because
I think so.
With all those people around. Real quick, Central Mass, Susan, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really, really appreciate that very much. Also, Sky Talker, Amazing Sky, thank you for the membership. I really appreciate that as well too, guys. Thank you so much. That was awesome. But
yeah, I mean, I still think he might be using other methods too. But this is actually pretty good. A pretty good idea of how that's probably done.
It kind of piques your interest.
Yes. Which really sucks, because I have other projects. I shouldn't even be on right now. I have other projects that are pressing that I have to get to. So,
it's not going anywhere, So, but a lot, all these pictures, man.
All Oh, Ghost. Look, it actually says Ghost Rider. That's funny.
Elaine Baker, Ghost Rider.
That's funny. Invoke. And I mean, even the when they ask the question, like when the one guy says, "Are you here for us or for something else for the house?" and the Latin that appears on the Polaroid, it really isn't an answer. That's not an answer.
No, it's
I would expect like, "I'm here for you," or "I'm here with the house," but it comes up with Latin with a Bible verse or a Latin verse that it doesn't really fit the question. So these could be
it's like an app. It's like the spirit
yeah,
apps.
yeah.
It says
Like
evil
these,
or whatever it says. They always think it's so intelligent, but really it could mean anything, right? So
yeah. I mean, this really does look. I wish the guy with the way too short shorts wasn't wearing white because I can't. I mean, I can see that the tissue paper kind of thing, that's what I'm going to call it, is in front of his legs. But it also goes up the table, and I'm not sure.
I looked up for videos. I think there might be some videos on debunking him, but there isn't, man. I don't think anybody's done a video on this at all.
Yeah. Oh, that was they just showed the images from the entity case.
Oh, really? Am I going too far back?
The two, it was real quick right before he came on.
Let's see.
There,
here we go.
right there.
There we
Yeah.
go. These
They're
are the ones
probably talking about him. There you go. That's from the entity.
Qualified him for this assignment.
Yeah. So that's overexposure, right?
That could be a couple things. There's a lot with that. That's a whole separate show.
Yeah.
Because when they claim to have taken those photos there, they had also claimed that they had put a whole grid system on the walls, which when you look at the picture, it's obviously not there. So they screwed up their description of that.
Ectoplasm / Lincoln photos were double exposure for the most part. This will probably have been pre-tampered before the filming started. Same thing, right?
Yeah. So the glass plates were exposed already, and then they were loaded into the camera, and that helps the photographer because when they create those pre-exposed plates, you know where your ghost is, so they can position you accordingly.
Ryan, real quick. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Also, real quick, Purple Roni, thank you for the membership. I appreciate you so much. Make sure if you got that membership, send her a couple of hot dogs for me and Kenny too. I know Kenny likes hot dogs.
I like hot dogs. Yeah, not with mayonnaise.
One day.
Ghost Rider witnessed. They are, like looking at that. I don't know if that's fully developed, but that is very light.
I was going to say that earlier. A lot of these pictures do that. To me, meant like you said earlier. If you add too much light, it's going to fuck with the exposure. Some of them do look very light.
And one thing I would definitely do with these pictures, which I don't think they did, would be take all the ones with writing and have them all lined up like the big picture. So they have everything laid out, but I would have the writing pictures on one side and the control pictures on the other, and see if there is a difference in brightness and lighting in the overall image.
To be a fly on the wall in there, though, man.
Yeah.
Because like they said, those control pictures taken. Like, so was that from a different camera completely? Like, it's just so interesting to me.
Yeah.
But like you said, that these shows are cool to watch for things like this, because there's this episode especially. There's another part of the episode where they do a ghost hunt, and it's weird to see like actual ghost hunts back before YouTube, and also the things that we believed back then. This is back when Loch Ness Monster was a huge thing.
Yeah. And a lot of, Sightings was a show that I grew up with. So watching it, you were enthralled, you were soaked in, and like, hey, I'm believing every single word that they're saying, because I just enjoyed it so much, and I was still in that mindset. But now I look back at it and I think so many questions, like everything that we're coming up. We didn't watch the entire episode, but how many questions did we come up with? You, me, and everyone in the chat, like so many questions about how they do this. What happened here? There's a cut. We don't know what happened between the cuts. Like, there's so many questions. And how did they inspect everything the way they really should have? Were they paying attention once they put the image down? When they put these images down on the table to develop completely, were they unattended at any point? And yeah, who supplied the film? Who supplied the camera?
Ooh. Well, they said Polaroid did. They did say Polaroid. Well, supposedly, Polaroid did.
Yeah, and again, like that's something. And this is going to sound mean, but I do talk to a lot of people that say, "Hey, I've contacted experts, and they told me this picture is legit." And it's like, all right, who's the experts? And they don't have names.
Right.
And that usually tells me, like, I don't think you did contact an expert. I mean, if somebody contacts me and says, what's your opinion? And then they go somewhere else and say, hey, I need somebody else's opinion. And they say, did you talk to anyone else? By all means, mention me, say I talked to this guy. And because then that other photographer can reach out to me and we can talk and give him my reasons for what I said, and he can give me his reasons for whether he agrees or disagrees with me, which is great. That's how we communicate and figure out something. But if you don't have names off the bat, or if you don't have, like I mentioned, you don't have like a formal request or a letter stating like Polaroid had no idea how any of this is done, then I don't know what they really said.
Yeah.
I mean, they filmed outside of Polaroid, but did they go inside?
Yeah.
Like, did they just pull up in the parking lot? And it's like, oh, we got footage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is interesting. Ever since real quick, Annalise, there was no dude or bro in sight. That was the only refreshing thing. And no apps, Ganja Mama says, lay off Nessie Crow. But it is interesting. Ever since the invention of cameras, people have been faking things since the fucking beginning, It's quite fun to look at those original pictures from the early 1900s with a dead person in the shot and things like that.
The William Mumler picture. Yeah. He went to court. They took him to court because they found evidence that he was faking stuff. He was exonerated though. He didn't get convicted. But he was ruined pretty much after that. It was done because too many people realized what was going on, and he didn't make any more spirit photography photos after that. But yeah, I mean, it's when you have photos, you have a great technology like that across the board, people are going to find out a way to use it to make money, whether ethically or not ethically. And unfortunately, like this, it was probably the original gentleman, I forget his name, but the original guy that did this probably stumbled upon a trick, because it does say that there was two people. It wasn't just one.
Right.
It wasn't one guy. There was two guys, and they were playing with this, and then finally reached out to sightings. So between the two of them, they probably stumbled on to this trick and realized, like, oh, we can manipulate a Polaroid image. Oh, I wonder if we can make some money off of this.
Yep.
And let's call sightings, because this is a weird thing. We can say our place is haunted, and we can make this whole story. I mean, we see it all the time now on YouTube and TikTok, that these kind of stories just develop and go viral. And this story went viral at the time, but couldn't hold water once you got, I think they probably hesitated when people wanted to take a more serious look at it. Like, again, Terry Gaynor was not the most honest person.
Right.
So maybe other people reached out to them. And I see, like, the one article that I was reading off, that came from people from my organization. So if they were involved, or they tried to get involved, that might have caused panic and said, oh shit, we have some serious scientists and magicians. So that's the big thing. Scientists, you can sometimes fool, or many times fool, with magic tricks. But if you have a magician involved, oh shit, that person is looking for deception. and that could be it.
Yeah.
And tested this with etched microscope glass over the lens. Would that be too out of focus? So I think what you're talking about here would probably be too out of focus because, well, one, if it's on the lens, the only way to get that close to anything is to have an actual macro lens. So that's made to look at things very close up, very small. So your focus would be way out, and it would be too difficult to continually make these different ones, especially on the spot. You need to be able to do something on the spot because, like we saw in the show, if somebody asks a specific question, you want to have some kind of answer that's related to that question. Or, I mean, you can go random, but if you keep going random, then that doesn't show like there's any interaction. You know, like if I keep asking what's your name and you give me Latin phrases about, you know, finances and hot dogs, then you're not answering my question. So you have to be able to answer a question once in a while.
As far as what he did for a living, I'm not sure if they said it. If they did, I can't remember. Elaine, I did put the link for the video I'm watching in the chat. So if you guys want to watch the full thing, you know, I know a Dragon Ranger. They did. The guy that I'm suspicious of was loading his own film. And that's what we were talking about earlier. Kenny was saying you could repackage your own film. And I saw one article that said one worked in a photo lab. Okay, wow. Well, there you go, man. Somebody that knows his way around a camera, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you work with this all day, then you get bored. You're going to figure out a way to do it, or you're going to stumble upon it. And I think that's a lot of these older photos, the alleged ghost photos from like the 70s and 80s and even into the 90s. It's from people that stumbled upon a happy accident.
Remember rods?
Rods, yeah.
The rods. They were fly back then. The flies were like insects on those kind of cameras.
Yeah.
We thought they were aliens as well. We were like, ooh, it's gonna be aliens. They're just insects.
Right. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just looking. I see that John Matkowski is the guy that we looked up, and then he had another guy. There was another John Huckart, which was his. They were both roommates in that place. To take the nail. Oh, wait. So the first instance of anything paranormal happened when Huckert noticed the bathroom door open by itself. He decided to take a picture of the door with his Polaroid, which to his relief captured nothing. Unfortunately for Huckert, this wouldn't last long. When the door opened the second time, he was able to take the now famous and very comical photo below, which is the one that with the ghost with the two eyes and the mouth.
Yeah.
So he took those and then showed the other John. Okay. And then they both started doing it. And then after a few months, they started getting the messages. All right. So this is classic. This is actually like a classic evolution of a story, because it starts with something where like that first ghost photo with the two eyes and mouth is just comical. It's just ridiculous. And I think they stumbled onto a trick of how they could do it with a Polaroid and make it look like it was in the room, even though it still looks flat to me. And it might have been by using a pane of glass in front of the camera, because you could get away with that. And I don't remember any of the investigators from like the Gaynor team saying that they had captured anything other than writing on the Polaroids. So that's interesting to know. And it's also interesting to know that the pictures went from a ugly looking ghost and developed into writing later. So that tells me that they probably learned a little bit more. They were experimenting, and then they learned a little bit more and said, hey, we can write on these images and get this to come up.
It's like It's like a fucking the apps, but in the 80s.
Yeah. So it's interesting, and the writing.
Friday, real quick. Friday,
Yeah.
the people that were in the pictures, the ones that were like actually getting the picture taken were the ones I think saying the questions, if I remember right.
Yeah. I'm just looking through some of this. This article, 2014 article, contains a newsreel documenting a group of paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics who were invited to the home. The group bring in their own Polaroid cameras. The tape shows one lady who manages to capture 2 ghost images for herself. The photos, when put together, say the words "dig here." Strangely, there isn't no time digging. So let me see what that is. That's
While you're looking for that, I want to ask you. Sort of Ricky wants to know: after some times sightings resident medium Peter James came under scrutiny? You know Peter James by chance?
I think so. Bushy hair guy. Let me see. Psychic Peter James. Odd still happen. Yeah, especially if you have the frame rate down. Yeah, Peter James is the guy with like the white, gray, and white hair, long, and then the dark mustache. Yeah, I don't. He was never psychic to me. He was more the. He was a very cold reader. He just made shit up as he went. Let's see. I'm just looking to see what's. All right, so there's more around. Peter James was there.
Was he?
Yeah, it says famous psychic Peter James visited the Huckard and Matkowski home at least twice. Once for the show sightings. He was in the show? I didn't see
Let me pull this back up. So I just kind of play in the background. I'll put it on mute.
Let's see. Let's see.
I think is that him in the background? This guy here, the bushy hair, the type G, the Tai Chi.
That's that's very 70s. Very 70s, very 80s, yeah. I don't know.
The equipment these guys were using, it's first of all, no Google, so all books. These huge ass cameras, the sightings got.
That's big.
Their boom arms and stuff. Fascinating, actually. Yeah, I think so. I think it's tempered with before. It has to be. I mean, it has to be really. Unless it's a trick camera, the guy was able to, but if they're using different cameras,
right,
the trick film would be the best.
What really sucks is that we can try to duplicate this now, but the problem is it's going to be more expensive, and there's an issue with the chemicals. So like right now it's about $20, a little bit more than $20 for 8 shots. So that's expensive. Yeah. For a Polaroid. You can't get film for the Spectra cameras anymore. You can only get it for the like the SX70s and the newer ones. So it's a more square format, and the chemicals that are used today are different than what was used back then. That's why you only get 8 shots instead of 10, which you originally got. And that's because some of the chemicals are now banned because they were very harmful. And if the pack opened and you got it on your fingers, it was toxic. So that's why we can try to duplicate it, but there may be issues with the developing process because it's different chemicals. Plus you probably have to spend like a good like $60, $80 or $100 in order to get enough film to do what you need to do.
Here's a shot of the guy intently looking at the package, inspecting them. So there's not enough control. This to me, this looks pure chaos as well. There's not enough control to me in this experiment. People just walking around. Might as well have a fucking potluck buffet in the middle,
Well, I mean, to his credit, he's a photography expert, but he's looking at it from pure science point of
Technical.
view. He's not looking at it from a I'm going to deceive you point of view.
Can I
Like
say
he's not.
on what you just said? I have noticed since doing this, talking to people that are very well knowledged is different than talking to someone that specializes in debunking because they're more technical. They do know a lot of stuff, but sometimes they can't see the tree for the leaf. What's it called? The tree for the leaves, or what's it saying?
Yeah, I
Forest
know
for the
what you
trees.
mean.
They can't see the forest for the trees. They should be right in front of them, but they're so technical. So it's
Right.
great to be technical, but you have to also understand a person that deceives. So I have seen that a lot actually. If you can find somebody that's good in both, that's when they're dangerous. Somebody's
Yeah.
very technically knowledgeable and they study fakers. That can be really dangerous. But
And that's the fun part. One of the fun parts of my job is that if I come across something and I'm not sure how to, like I want to try this. I don't know if I'm going to because again, the expense involved
yeah,
is significant and it's not really relevant right now. Because apparently it died out. Like I don't see any new news about
right,
it. I didn't see
yeah,
anything continue on. It died out. So either they got bored or the public just got bored with it and moved on because nothing new came out of it. Or maybe a scientific investigation was approached them. Maybe a bunch of scientists or magicians or our organization probably approached them and they were like, no, they didn't want to do it because we would put too many controls over what's going on.
right,
And he wouldn't be able to get away with the trickery. So I'm wondering if that's the case.
right.
Because otherwise, we should still know about this, and not be looking at a old sightings episode, and all of us are like, "Oh, wow, that's cool."
yeah,
That's
yeah, dude. I love. Yeah, I'm gonna start watching these on live streams because I'm kind of fed up with watching ghost hunters for the moment. So I would rather watch these kind of old stories, and some of them are pretty fascinating, man. But yeah, I kind of want to see what else we find in these old episodes.
right. And that's good. That's good. It's good to go through these old episodes and see not only what they're presenting, but how they went about investigating it, like bringing in this expert and seeing this. And again, this is for television. So,
Yeah.
that was Peter James.
Oh,
There he is.
There he is.
That's him.
That's him. I recognize him.
Yeah. Like this whole experiment was over the top.
Yeah.
And it was for TV. It wasn't for investigative purposes. Because you could have just talked about it and said, hey, we found this method. We put cotton out, spelled out letters. We took it, but it took over an hour to do. So it's not practical. And who in the crew knew Latin?
They're doing the encyclopedia to look it up. Yeah.
And it's convenient that one of the guys that lives there, I wonder if he was into it or he just decided that Latin would be a perfect language to make it more mysterious.
Hey, Matt Benton learned Latin. So throw Matt Benton on the bus real quick. Hey, Leon, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. But I missed the unsolved mysteries in this because you never knew. It's kind of like Coast to Coast. You never knew if it would be cat psychics or UFOs. Every episode was amazing.
Right.
Or kind of.
They were well produced. They were fun and entertaining, and they kept your attention. So I love them. I love looking at them. But again, it's two different mindsets.
Good point from Sarah here.
Uncover faker tricks when science. Yeah. And that's still true today.
Yeah.
Like you have, again, it's kind of like what you were touching on, Crow. You have scientists or professionals in their field, experts in their field, and they know a lot about that field, but they know a lot about it according to what's needed for the job. Whereas magicians train themselves and are trained on deception. They want to tell you a story and have your focus where they want it so that they can do a trick somewhere else and you not pay attention to it. And their entire career is based on deceiving you ethically, because they tell you up front they're a magician. You know, they're not saying they're psychic, they're a magician. So you're buying a ticket for entertainment, and that's what they're providing. But their skills lie in understanding our psychology, how we can be fooled, what we're looking at, what we're not looking at certain times, and how sleight of hand works, all of these deception techniques. So that's why it's so important to have a magician or several magicians with you when you're investigating things like this, because they can offer things in real time, or they're looking at little deep like that's ridiculous.
The koala ghost.
I mean, I agree with the expert on like those photos. They look like cotton. They do look like cotton, like spread out, or maybe like wet cat. I still think this is on like a piece of glass. I bet I could recreate this. I think I'm going to try.
The cotton to me, maybe if you have to be wet cotton now.
Tissue paper, like just put onto like a piece of glass and kind of like spread out a little bit. Because that's what it looks like around the edges, around like the head. You know, it looks like they took their finger and kind of just spread it out, or took like a stick or like a popsicle stick and just moved
that right
it out.
there.
Yeah.
Like this right here, like the endings look weird to me, but
and it's not casting a shadow. That looks like that one right before this. That one. I mean, that looks like it's just floating in space. It doesn't look like it's in contact with anything.
It's like this is like lens flare plus the cotton, right? This is like 2-in-1 to me, because it's something up here too, right?
Well, there's on the right there, that yellow part.
Yeah.
That looks like the background shining through. And that looks like the long exposure. Everything is definitely a little bit more blurry than it should be.
What is this? Is this an eyeball?
That's the in between here. Like it looks like it's somebody like this with their hands up.
Oh
and
yeah,
a little bit between the bicep.
Okay, I see.
It looks like Medusa with the snake body. Oh my goodness!
It's very interesting. This is like pure like camera glare, or
that looks like it's too close.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when it's closer to the camera. Now it's out of focus.
Ooh. And look how light it is too.
Yeah. And that's probably because the flash hit it and it.
This what confuses me, because how can this be a Polaroid if they're not holding a Polaroid? Oh, here it is. Is this a Polaroid, or is this a video camera?
So they're not that looks. So I see a hand strap. It looks like a hand strap.
This would have to be a mirror straight up, because it's standing in front of a mirror, right?
No, it doesn't. It can be a piece of glass. All you need is like a pane of glass from a picture frame, like an 8x10 picture frame. You take the glass out and you put it in front of the camera.
Oh, hold on. I get it. So the guy holding the camera is facing these two guys with their cameras. Duh.
Yeah.
I thought, I'm so stupid. I'm thinking they're looking into a mirror. Never mind.
And again, we also have to remember, like, I don't know what's going on here, because there were two guys living there and we see a man and a woman. So where's the other guy? He's taking the picture.
Right.
So this looks, again, and this bottom shit, this looks like tissue paper. Like wet tissue paper that was put on there and then it dried on a piece of glass. Person taking the, he taking a picture of the crew. So is this the crew? I don't know. So that's one of our problems. We don't know when all of these photos were taken. This is all random. We don't know. Like, if this is when the TV crew was there, where is everyone else? They're all behind them, behind whoever's taking the picture.
Yeah, it's that there. See, he must have, like, look, if it was new film they brought in, he must have slipped in his own film somehow.
He might have,
with all the chaos going, but we don't know. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the proper way. Well, how I would do this would be to purchase my own film, bring my own camera, walk in, have everything on me the entire time, and say, okay, you ready? Here you go. Here's the camera. Here's the film. I put it in. I loaded it. So all you do is push the button. Go ahead. And then as soon as he pushes the button and the film gets spit out, I take it out of the camera.
Right.
I log it. I write on the bottom of the image. I handle it. That way I know that no fingers are touching the developing area, that nothing is touching the developing area, and I put it away so that no one can touch it. Take it to another room, lock the room up, and then wait till it develops. That would be a good control for me. But yeah, I have no idea where that film came from.
Yep.
So it's suspect.
Yeah, we need more camera angles of this room, you know?
Yeah, well, they probably only have maybe 1 or 2 cameras. They probably only have 1 camera out there, like the official studio
the sightings camera. Yeah.
Yeah, that's doing this. So he's trying to get shots from everywhere.
Oh man, so interesting though. This is a good one. This is fun because
Yeah,
I remember seeing this back in the day. Ghost Rider. Ooh,
that's funny.
Brooks Institute. One of this place is still there.
Let's see.
Brooks Institute, Jefferson Campus.
Institute.
Like this guy. This was when you watch these old things. Like, where is this guy at? Is this guy still chilling? You know, like is he still alive?
Brooks Institute closed its doors in 2016.
Ooh, wow.
No longer exists. That sucks.
These fucking monitors back then were so heavy. See, that was like toothbrush,
Yeah.
toothpaste drippings to me.
It's a very weird image. Like, why would you compose an image that way? Like, what's he taking a picture of? Or is it just random? And that also leads me to believe, like, oh, he's just taking random pictures when no one's paying attention to him.
Right.
Because why would you take this image? And then while no one's paying attention, he does his trick and he puts it out. He puts it among the ones being developed. And then people see, oh, look, this just developed. It's got writing on it.
Yeah. Simplistic magic.
Yeah. That's just silly.
And what did he use? He said cotton, right? Yeah.
Cotton,
So, yeah, damn.
I mean, that's huge. That's huge. Like you're not going to get away with this.
No.
You're just not. And then he takes it out. See, like this all should be done in a dark bag.
Right. Afterwards, he's going to snort it.
Then he took a picture of it.
Is that guy the expert holding the pic and talking at the table involved with the entity case?
Yeah. That's Terry Gaynor.
Shadowcat, I don't have my social media on my computer, so I can't put it on the screen if I wanted to be honest with you, but I can definitely check it out afterwards. But yeah, man, I can't wait to see what else, you know, like what's this the first episode of watching already, like this just pops up, you know, so.
Right.
There's one case, but I can't say because I don't want to give it away. There's one case I might have talked to you before, which is one of the cases I actually still believe in and think it might have been real. And that when I question the paranormal, I always go back to this certain case.
Okay.
I'll tell you what it is afterwards. I want to keep it a secret because I want to do it. I've been wanting to do a video. I've been collecting clips. I've actually found relatives of the people. It's amazing. But again, I saw it on Unsolved Mysteries. You know, and it wasn't the dead boy. It wasn't the dead boy thing. Because Kenny and Joe straight up debunked the boy, the picture, the boy in the picture. What's it called?
Oh, at Amityville?
No, the one that the car crash.
Oh, the soul that screamed.
Yeah.
That was definitely a bad photo. All right. I do have to get going though.
Okay, buddy. Me too.
Back, to work. But thanks for letting me come on. And this was interesting conversation. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, dude, me too, man.
It wasn't exactly what I thought it was. So it was fun to actually go through and talk it out.
Yeah.
Anytime, man. Anytime you need help or I see you guys on and talking about this shit, I'll try and jump on.
Definitely. I definitely have some questions for you, some upcoming things I want to get into. So we'll
Awesome.
definitely hit you up, man. So I appreciate you, man. Everybody subscribe to Kenny. He's awesome.
See you. Bye.
Later, Kenny. Have a good one, buddy. Well, that was cool. That was very cool. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Oh, boy. Yipper, yipper, yipper. Let me read what y'all are saying here. I think he did it in the light so show how it was done, and that wasn't the same film using the result by the Flash. Yeah, Shadow Cat. We'll definitely check it out. Okay, and is that double exposure? I'm not sure which part you're talking, but Howard was stoned. I read your guys' comments during you guys are cracking me the fuck up. You guys are saying so much funny shit, but I was trying to keep it, semi-professional, I don't want him to think it's all mayonnaise and hot dogs over here. Oh, man. Ooh, whiteout. I was kind of wondering, it did look like something I've seen before. That would be, oh, man, Wisdom. That might be a good, yeah. I might go into burger coma. Hell yeah. I want to go to burger coma. Yep. Awesome, man. There's Kenny's channel. Thank you, Raven. Even though she's in a burger coma, she can still put the links in. Kenny got more than this fight. Oh, he sure did. Hey, Lycan, how's it going? If I missed you coming in, I really do apologize for that. He was exposed. He pre-exposed the film via the Flash. There you go. No, I've done an 8-hour live before as well. That was really maxing it out, dude. But I've done a bunch of 6 hours and 4 or 5 hour ones, I'm about to jump out as well. Got to eat. Hey, dude, Friday, have it go, man. One day we'll get Friday on as well. Pick his brain. He's very technically smart as well with this stuff. He's a very interesting guy. Need a cigarette. Yeah, me too, man. Woo! Oh boy, Megan was doing. I forgot what she said, but it was fucking hilarious. Oh yeah, the whole tip thing. Oh my god. Yeah, just he's talking about the head and this and that. I'm like, okay, yeah, I won't go there. I don't want to be known as a complete joke in the paranormal debunking community. Oh shit. Roger, how's it going, buddy? That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Well, guys, it's been 4 hours and 22 minutes. I love you all, but I have to go, unfortunately. And it was a great live, though. And we'll, like I said, the sightings episode we were watching, do we even watch the whole version of it? Let me see. We were almost, should I watch the rest of it before I leave? Do y'all want to watch it was only like 10 minutes left or 5 minutes left in the show. So we can at least watch the rest of the episode if y'all want. I'm just curious to see what else they concluded. Okay, so where were we at? About a good 10 minutes left, guys, if you don't mind. I want to finish this out just to say we did. That's my OCD kicking in, but Raven, stay alive forever. Let me turn this music down. I want to at least see the conclusion of this crap and see what they're saying here.
That looks like a fresh. We screened a tape of the continuous action sequence inside the house, and Howard Warzel saw factory-sealed film inserted in the cameras.
They're very accomplished if it's a hoax. If it's real, it's something I've never seen before.
Just on a personal level, isn't there part of you that would really like there to be something unusual going on here?
Well, of course. I mean, that's the desire to find spirits or design things that we haven't been able to find. It would be an uncovering of a whole new world to people if it were real.
No way any of us can really know, I guess. This sort of has validated some of my beliefs that there is something on the other side, I guess is how you could say it.
For parapsychologist Carrie Gaynor, the investigation will continue.
The potential here is really unlimited. If they can write on Polaroid film while it's inside a camera, what else can they do? I mean, what next? It reaches to the outer limits of our imagination.
Joining us now is Kerry Gaynor with the outcome of his investigation. Kerry, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Is this case in any way like other cases that you've investigated?
I personally have never come across anything like this in the 20 years that I've been doing research, and I'm quite familiar with the literature, and I've never seen anything like this in the literature either.
Where does the investigation go from here? What more do you need to know to draw some conclusions?
Well, what I would like to do is to continue to go back there and try to photograph this writing again and see if I can get it out of my camera with my film to make sure there's been no manipulation on the part of the people in the home.
Is this in some way more persuasive or more puzzling for you than past so-called ghost phenomena with cameras?
Well, it's very exciting because I was there when the pictures were taken and the writing came out. But because it's Polaroid film, it's very difficult to analyze it properly. There's no negative to study. It would be very interesting to get this kind of writing on film with a negative.
If it's not a hoax, what does it mean?
Well, there are two possibilities if it's not a hoax. One is that this is mind-to-film communication, so that it's some kind of psychokinetic process. Their mind is impacting the film itself. The other possibility is that it's some kind of spirit communication, and that, of course, is the more interesting possibility, but both of them are very exciting to me.
Kerry, did the ghost writing change in any...
What's so hard? Just have a fucking person have their own film, own camera, come into the place and take pictures. You know, if it's not happening, doesn't that prove it, you know? I have to be productive after this. And we're all going to take a nap. That's just what it is. Yep. See, that's another thing, too, I hate about paranormal. If you can't explain it, then they jump right to paranormal, right? That's always what they do. Since you can't explain it, it has to be a ghost. Who was wearing the best rug? I think really behind. Oh yeah, I was singing with that song earlier as we were watching this. I think I'm way gross, dude. That could be fun. That could be fun. Oh boy.
Significant way over time?
Well, luckily they had dated their pictures, and when we laid them in chronological order, we could see a fairly definite pattern of some kind of growth or learning. The writing, the handwriting itself seemed to improve in some way, which I found very interesting.
Kerry Gaynor, thanks for your investigative work in this case. When we return, a different kind of investigation, when paranormal investigator Peter James records his psychic impressions at the Ghostwriter house.
Coming up next, our exclusive sightings investigation continues when a paranormal expert attempts psychic contact with the ghostwriter.
Oh man, dude, and the fake psychic comes in and does his show and dance.
In our search for all possible explanations for the ghostwriting phenomenon, we contacted Peter James, one of America's foremost psychics. You might remember Peter's astonishing work with sightings during our investigation at Alcatraz. Well, because of his startling communication with apparent spirits inside that haunted prison, we thought Peter could provide important insights into this case. Surprisingly, at first, he was skeptical. Peter has a long history of exploring and documenting cases of hauntings, apparitions, and spirits that are not easily explained or understood. But he also has been involved in cases he has exposed as obvious fraud.
Oh, that makes him interesting. So he's also debunked people as well. I don't know shit about him though, you know?
In all of my years of delving into the paranormal world, I have never seen an entity.
Good point, wisdom. Good point. Okay. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We got Sarah. Doesn't Sarah have a Polaroid? I vote for the Sightings Marathon. You know what? We could do that. I'm tingling. I think Elaine really loved this particular case. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a Polaroid as well. Elaine's she does love debunking, guys. She's very much into debunking. Elaine, when we emptied my house and I found a color camera, I pitched it. If I was psychic, I would have sent it to you. Okay, let's watch the rest of this. Then I'm off to get a sandwich of some kind. Some of the new ones have been updated. I would rather have another old school one. Right. Okay, here we go. What's the rest of this? We've got like only 5 minutes left, guys, and then we're gonna part for the day, take naps, eat food, all that good stuff.
Present itself in that fashion. But I will say that all things are possible, and perhaps this is something new that I have never encountered.
Peter James works by reading the vibrations he claims to feel when he is in the presence of spirits.
I feel that this area here is within the bedroom is a hot spot, or perhaps this is where the individual died in this particular area, because this is where I feel it strongest.
Not only did he feel a presence, but within minutes, Peter said he was receiving several names telepathically.
I received the name of Gilbert. I get, there is a John, there is a Stephen or Stephen, there is a Robert, but two most prevalent names, I say three, is Ramon.
Must be nice being a psychic, just walk in and just proclaim you're talking to fucking ghosts, you know?
Or Raymond in the bedroom, and Evelyn, who is here, and Amelia is throughout. And I am getting an essence of all three of those names vibrationally.
John Huckert and John Matkowski had already researched the names of the home's previous owners, although they had not shared this information with Peter.
You got a fake psychic over here. You got the fucking guy faking the filming, sitting down watching the fake psychic. Amazing.
James, he had correctly named several people on their list.
Now, this is a list of the people who've owned the house since all the way back to 1848, when there wasn't even a house here. And going over the list, we see in 1911 and 1912, 3 women lived here. One of them was named Amelia. In 19...
Oh, yeah. So even before Google, you could do research on things like this. Just like they're doing, nothing has changed, has it? Like, just the psychics now, they go on your Facebook, they go on Google, find out who your relatives are, all that good stuff. This guy walks in there and says the names of the previous people that lived there. Wow. So, unbelievable, man.
In 41, someone named Robert was here.
Roberto.
In 66, someone named Gilbert owned this property.
Having successfully identified 3 potential spirits inside the house, Peter found what he called a spiritual vortex,
a portal,
of doorway through which spirits might be entering the house.
I feel a very strong vibration, like something is definitely coming up from the floor and wants to come up to the ceiling. And
that fucking killer mustache, though. Jesus.
I got that tingling sensation.
Oh, dude. Elaine, he's tingling as well.
Right now. And it's also very cold here. It's almost like...
Yeah, it's very cold. The AC vent is like right above him, you know.
One would stand on a foot massager and feel the energy coming in from your feet, through your feet.
This is Zach. Is this Zach Bagans' dad? Seriously.
From the floor, I'm feeling that vibrational feeling, like something's coming. And if you look at my legs, they're actually trembling, and it feels like something is coming from below, and it's going through my entire body.
Polaroid pictures of Peter James standing in the vortex also contain strange images.
Feels like something could literally come from below and come through the floor.
I'm going to ask King about the whiteout. Wisdom, that was good, man. I think this does look like whiteout. You know, whiteout, you have those little edges that kind of come out, you know, if you don't do it just right with a brush.
And it feels like something is beginning to surface. So whatever is on the Polaroids, it is their way of saying, pay attention.
I got to pee really bad. We got to end this fast, man. I got to go to the bathroom.
Words.
Peter James felt strong, unsettling.
Also, Elaine's nickname is Ghost Rider, guys.
And the pictures taken of him did seem to show evidence of the ghost writing phenomenon.
Anything is possible. So fucking...
Of him did seem to show...
So fucking vague. Just like a spirit app, you know?
experience here today clearly is telling
Clearly, the curtains don't match the drapes. That's all I'm saying.
me to convey to you that your probing here should be ongoing.
During his investigation, Peter James felt that the physical body of the ghostwriter could be buried on the property. In a bizarre quest for an explanation to the ghostwriting phenomenon, John Huckert and John Matkowski are now digging up their property in search of human remains.
Oh.
We'll keep you updated on their findings.
Well, I'm going to do a deep dive into this later on, guys. I'm still trying to finish my stupid fucking video, by the way. I'm almost done. I'm getting close. I say that, but, you know, hopefully soon. I cannot wait to get this video done, and I can move on to the next one. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh, man. I have to use the restroom. So to go ahead and make this a quick goodbye, guys. I love y'all all. I love y'all. I love y'all all. That makes sense. I love you all. And you guys were amazing today. You're so fucking funny. It was awesome. I definitely think we should do a sightings marathon. That'd be pretty cool. Or at least watch more of them again. Because I'm just kind of tired of watching ghost hunting. I really am. I'm so fucking burnt the fuck out to a crisp. Really, seriously. Love you too, Pepperoni. You guys are awesome. Shadowcat, thank you very much. Everybody's using the word toodles. I love it. Philip also uses the word toodles. Oh boy, guys, y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all soon. Pedals, have a great day. Roger, later, buddy. I think I don't know who's going live today. Is somebody? Oh yeah. Who's going live? I'm not sure, but seeing a live somewhere or in the Facebook group posting stupid stuff. So, but all right, guys, you have an awesome day. I will see y'all soon. Okay, we'll be doing trivia night and movie night this week, hopefully, and that'll be a lot of fun. All right, guys. Sydney, hey Sydney, good to see you. We're leaving though. All right, guys, love y'all. See you next time.